Hello, and welcome to the Bankers Tech Talk video series. Now in its 6th year of tracking the fintech community, you can watch all previous episodes on thebanker.com/techtalks. I'm Joy Macknight, editor of The Banker, and with me this week is Ammar Akhtar, who is CEO of Yobota, which is a cloud-native core banking platform. Ammar, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Joy. Really happy to be here.
So what are the benefits of a cloud-based or cloud-native core banking platform?
Cloud is quite a broad topic, and it covers a few different areas. So when we talk about cloud-based, we're really talking about the infrastructure that your IT systems are running on. So fundamentally, what that means is that your servers, your databases, and all the other kit that goes with that is sourced from an external party that specializes in providing that over the internet. So that would be things like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and so on. And the benefits of using an external cloud provider in that sense is that your infrastructure ultimately is managed and maintained by someone else. There's cost benefits to that, and then they are specialized in managing that estate in terms of scalability, in terms of supportability, in terms of resilience, in terms of security, and a great many other number of things, which ultimately every business has to do in some form or the other. And when businesses do that on-prem, you end up with varying levels of service and a variety of issues in the past have been documented. So a great standardization is possible there, which is, I think, good for everyone. When we talk about cloud native, that really means software that is designed to work on those sorts of those sorts of infrastructure as standard. And what that means is software that's built with internet-first experiences in mind and increasingly mobile-first experiences in mind. There's a great shift in terms of consumer behaviors, which also, in a sense, means staff behaviors as well and staff expectations, that data will be immediately available. Things will be simple and accessible. You'll receive kind of push notifications and alerts in a proactive sense. And the cloud native software essentially enables a lot of that just by the way it's architected and by the way the data can flow. Examples of that will also be the way that you can carve better experiences through mobile apps or through your sort of end user facing applications. They could be much more relevant to a specific experience you want to offer, a specific set of targeted use cases or targeted markets that you want to chase, and also how you then evolve those sorts of experiences over time. You can, and specifically in that means you can perform more focused upgrades. You can perform targeted changes rather than have to worry about an entire stack or an entire sort of application that's much more widespread. And it's one of the key reasons when you look at those two things together that why so many companies have been able to set themselves up so quickly in the past kind of 10, 15 years, not just in fintech, but in the broader economy as well.
And obviously, there's been quite a few new core banking, cloud native core banking system providers that have entered the market in the last couple of years. How does Yobota differentiate itself from the others?
We are around 5 years old at the moment, and our system in that time has really been very focused on being an extremely flexible financial products engine that our clients can get moving on very, very fast. So we provide, through our Boundary, a very easy to use API that development teams can very quickly build applications on top of, and a very easy to use end staff application that our clients' operations teams can very quickly start to operate their banks on. Or lenders or other sorts of financial operations ultimately. And our differentiating factor really comes from the ability to be able to set the system up very quick, give these interfaces out so that you can get yourself running technically and also get yourself running operationally as quickly as possible in effect. And our core engine also allows us to support rather novel financial products with relative ease as well. So we're in an age where ultimately any consumer of a service expects personalization. They expect some form of relevance of what they're buying to them, particularly when it's done over a digital medium. So our system allows that to happen. An example being, the LiveLend reward loan, in the way that benefits customers by improving their credit scores over the life of their loan, and that's a facility that's run through our system in that way.
So my last question is around open banking. Obviously, it's been in play in the UK for a few years now. What do you think it will take for open banking to really take off?
From a technology standpoint and a business to business standpoint, is very useful, right? Because you suddenly have access to a lot more data than you otherwise would, and you can start building interesting capabilities and use cases using that information. Um, I think from an end consumer perspective, though, the benefits of that haven't really come to light as yet, and I don't think it's really got its killer app or its killer purpose in terms of your sort of Joe blogs in the market at the moment. And I think as those sorts of applications emerge, then I think it'll start to take off. And there are things we're starting to see, with applications of using open banking data for credit scoring, applications using open banking payment initiation capabilities to more easily sort of settle bills or settle charges. And I think those will sort of get people more comfortable with the concept, but then to really truly be able to do something different to what we've been able to do in the past, I think that's going to make the real change.
Well, thank you so much for your insights, Emma.
Thank you, Joy.